Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Our job, as always, is to take a huge stack of research field guides, reports, roadmaps, and just pull out the critical stuff you actually need. Today, we're doing a deep dive into an ecosystem that, well, it might sound super specific, but the lessons are massive for any local service business. We're talking about market dominance for plumbers in the Texas Panhandle.
Specifically Amarillo and Pampa.
Exactly. And the core problem here, the one our sources just keep coming back to, is that the tradesmen, the guys who really know how to fix things, they often see the digital world as just a distraction.
A costly distraction. All that SEO, the Google business profile, the AI tools. It feels like it's taking them away from the real work, in the trenches.
But that's our mission for this deep dive. We're going to extract the blueprint for contractors who are tired of just waiting for the phone to ring.
Right. They want to build what the report actually calls recession-proof empires.
And do it with high-margin jobs. While we're talking about plumbers in Texas, the ideas we're about to get into, map pack mastery, total transparency, scaling with data.
Yeah.
This stuff applies to everyone. HVAC, dentists, you name it.
And this whole shift from just being a technician to becoming a true market leader, it really hinges on one foundational idea that kept popping up in the sources.
Okay.
It's the WYSIWYG Promise.
WYSIWYG.
Yeah, what you see is what you get. And it's not just a cute phrase. It's a real commitment to three things: transparency in pricing.
Makes sense.
Absolute clarity in reporting, and then, efficiency in execution, how you actually get the job done.
Right.
What we're really analyzing here is a huge strategic shift. For so long, reputation was what? Yard signs, word of mouth.
Sure, that was the old way.
But now, especially in a place like the Panhandle, digital visibility and being upfront about your price, those are suddenly the most powerful tools you have for grabbing those big-ticket jobs.
Why is that? Why the change?
Because the customer's trust is now won before the truck even leaves the shop. The digital storefront, and we're mostly talking about the Google Map Pack, that little box of 3 businesses you see first, that has become the thing that decides who gets the really valuable calls.
So you have to win the map pack just to even be in the running for the best work.
You have to. It's the new front door.
Okay, let's unpack that, and let's start where the money and the panic are highest. 247 urgency.
Yes.
I mean, when a pipe bursts, it's not an inconvenience, it's a full-blown crisis. The sources are crystal clear on this. At 2:00 a.m., the customer isn't shopping around for a discount.
No, they're looking for a savior. They'll pay a premium for someone to just make the problem go away.
And this is exactly where most contractors are losing those high-value leads. They're just not set up to capture that immediate panicked digital search.
And what's so interesting is how tactical it is. Winning that search for, say, emergency plumber Pampa TX, it almost completely comes down to one thing: Google business profile dominance. Your GBP. It has to be complete, verified, and, this is the key, it has to be lightning fast with its response.
So speed is everything.
Well, we're not talking minutes anymore. The sources say it's measured in seconds. The game changer here is what they call instant response.
Okay, what is that in practice?
It means using AI-powered chat so that even if the plumber is asleep or on another job, the customer gets an immediate personalized message. Something like, "We got your urgent request. We're routing a tech now and we'll call you in 5 minutes."
Ah, so that's like a digital medic arriving on the scene. It just stops the panic.
Exactly. It stops them from immediately clicking on the next guy on the list. That's how you lock in the lead when they're most desperate.
So if you're tracking your success here, the guide says the key metric is pretty simple.
It is. It's lead call volume, but specifically for those after-hours, high-urgency calls. If that number is going up, you're basically printing high-margin emergency revenue.
You're turning anxiety directly into profit.
And the tech does it for you while you sleep.
All right, let's talk about scaling up. The analysis is really blunt about this.
Yeah.
You can't build an empire on $150 service calls.
It's a trap.
So how does a plumber in the Panhandle shift their whole focus from just fixing leaky faucets to actually landing those multi-$1,000 repair jobs?
It's a mindset shift. You have to establish yourself as a true specialist. The reports point to very specific high-ticket services, things like slab leak detection at Amarillo.
Or water leak repair Pampa.
Exactly. These aren't just fixes. They can cost thousands, sometimes tens of thousands of dollars. And to get that kind of work, your marketing has to change completely. You're not just selling a repair anymore.
What are you selling?
You're selling foundation protection.
Okay, and that's where the local context really matters, right?
Right.
Why are slab leaks such a big deal out there?
It's the soil. The Panhandle has this expansive clay soil, and when water gets under a foundation, that clay just goes wild. It expands, it contracts.
And it threatens the entire house.
The whole structure. A single slab leak can lead to catastrophic foundation failure. So suddenly, you're not just a plumber. You're the expert preventing a disaster that could cost a homeowner hundreds of thousands of dollars.
That reframes the entire conversation. It's not a cost. It's an investment to protect their biggest asset. So how do you prove you're that expert? The guide has two key tactics. The first is case study power.
Yes. You need to tell stories. You have to publish detailed accounts showing exactly how you saved a home in Pampa from foundation failure.
Yeah.
You're selling the story of a rescue, which makes that high price tag feel completely justified.
You pair that story with, and I love this phrase, equipment visibility.
You have to show off the tools, that high-tech sonic gear, the infrared leak detectors. Put pictures of it right on your website.
Why? What does that do psychologically?
The customer sees that advanced technology and they instantly think, expert. They trust the higher price because they feel like they're paying for specialized tools and skills, not just some guy with a wrench.
The equipment is basically silent proof of your professionalism.
It is.
Okay, this leads perfectly into the next layer of the WYSIWYG strategy, transparency as a weapon. We've talked about winning trust online, but that trust can just vanish when a vague invoice shows up.
The fear of hidden fees. It's a huge friction point.
And the sources argue that in a market like Amarillo, being transparent is actually your biggest competitive advantage.
This is the core of the WYSIWYG Promise. The analysis shows that having a detailed WYSIWYG upfront investment guide just demolishes that price shopping friction.
So give me an example, like a water heater installation.
Okay, a water heater installation Pampa. Instead of a fuzzy quote, you provide a clear, itemized digital estimate. It shows the cost of the unit, sure, but also the warranty tier, the permit fees, the materials, even the disposal fees for the old one.
So the customer knows the exact total and why it is what it is before you even start.
Precisely.
But let me push back on that for a second. If you lay all your pricing out there, doesn't that make it super easy for the trunk slammers, the less professional guys, to just see your price and undercut you by 10%?
Yeah, that's a great question, and the guide addresses it directly. It says that transparency actually acts as a filter.
A filter for what?
For customers. By being upfront, you attract the people who value professionalism and peace of mind over just getting the rock-bottom price. Your price doesn't just show the cost, it shows the value, including the warranty and the guarantee that you'll show up.
So you're positioning yourself against the competition while they're hiding their prices and creating anxiety.
You're the professional, trustworthy choice from the very beginning. That perception is what justifies your margin.
So it's a weapon that pushes away the bad leads and pulls in the quality customers.
Exactly.
Okay, let's move on to what the guide calls the silent killer of growth for these businesses. It's not a lack of money. It's administrative burnout.
Oh, absolutely. The owner gets buried in scheduling, invoicing, managing reviews.
And the modern market leader has to use technology to multiply their own time.
You have to use tech to steal your weekends back. The AI tools they detail are all focused on two things: making money and defending your map pack ranking.
So what's an example?
They talk about using tools like Gemini for reviews. Gemini isn't just a chatbot. It automates personalized responses to every single customer review, good or bad.
Why is that so important?
Because Google's algorithm rewards profiles that are actively managed. By having consistent, automated, keyword-rich responses, your GBP profile stays active and ranks higher in the map pack. And the owner doesn't have to spend hours typing out thank you notes.
Which frees them up to focus on the high-value work only they can do, like landing those big repairs.
Right.
And this idea of efficiency connects right to seasonal readiness. In a market like Amarillo, a sudden cold snap can make or break your entire quarter.
You can't be reactive. You have to get ahead of it.
The strategy here isn't to wait for the freeze. It's to proactively target keywords like residential plumber near Pampa and water heater repair Amarillo way back in October and November.
And this is where the AI integration gets really brilliant. The sources mention using a tool called Notebook LM to perfectly time your ad spend with local weather data.
So you're not wasting money advertising pipe winterization when it's still 80 degrees out.
No, Notebook LM, as they describe it, looks at historical weather patterns and then triggers your ads to go live the moment the first frost warnings are issued by local news.
Wow. So you're hitting the market at the absolute peak of homeowner anxiety.
Peak anxiety. And you combine that timing with educational content. You teach people how to winterize their own homes.
Which establishes you as the authority and leads directly into winter readiness service calls. You show them the problem, then you sell them the solution.
It's the ultimate expression of that clarity and reporting idea from the WYSIWYG Promise. You're reporting the risk and providing the fix.
So if we pull this all together, the urgency, the high-ticket focus, the transparency, the AI, what does the plan actually look like? The sources lay out a very clear 90-day roadmap.
Yeah, the idea is that growth shouldn't be a mystery. It should be a sequence. The roadmap breaks it all down into 3 30-day chunks.
Okay, so days 1 to 30. What's the focus?
Stabilize the digital foundation. This is the boring but critical stuff. You have to claim all your local citations and make sure your NAP standards
Name, address, and phone number.
are perfectly consistent across every single directory in the Texas Panhandle.
And why is that so important? Why do those little directories matter?
Because they're geographic authority signals for Google. We're talking about the Texas Panhandle Builders Association, the Pampa EDC. If your info is wrong on those high-value local sites, it kills your local SEO. It undermines your whole map pack strategy.
Got it. Okay, then days 31 to 60.
That's about building authority. This is where you start publishing that high-quality content, the case studies, the articles, all targeting those high-ticket plumbing services, Amarillo keywords we talked about. You're proving your expertise.
And finally, days 61 to 90.
The optimization phase. This is where you stop guessing. You have to track and optimize for your cost per qualified lead, or CPL.
Let's define CPL. This is the number that cuts through all the marketing fluff, right?
It's the only number that really matters to your bank account. It just asks, are you spending $20 to get a lead that turns into a $2,000 slab leak repair? Or are you spending $500 to get a lead for a $100 job?
So it ensures you're only spending money to attract the customers you actually want.
The high margin ones.
Makes perfect sense. And to wrap this all up, the guide has what it calls the big 3 metrics. 3 numbers every contractor should be watching every day.
The big 3 are super simple. 1, lead call volume. How many new good jobs are on the calendar?
2,
Local map pack ranking. Do you own that number 1 or number 2 spot in Amarillo and Pampa consistently?
and number 3 is CPL.
And number 3 is your cost per qualified lead. Are you making way more money than you're spending to get it? If you track those 3, you know the health of your business instantly.
That is an incredibly powerful and actionable roadmap. It really is about a total mindset shift from being a skilled tech who's just waiting for a call to a data-driven market leader who controls their own destiny.
And the market is evolving. The winners, whether they're in the Panhandle or anywhere else, are going to be the ones who master the map pack, embrace that WYSIWYG transparency, and use technology to get out of the day-to-day grind.
It's a whole new game.
It is. And that leaves us with a final provocative thought for you to chew on as you think about building your own local empire. If mastering your digital presence means your name, address, and phone number have to be perfect across dozens of websites, and you've got AI managing your customer conversations, it raises a really interesting question. When does the reputation of your digital storefront, your Google business profile, become more valuable and maybe even more demanding to maintain than the reputation of your physical craftsmanship itself? Which profile will the truly successful modern business owner spend more of their time on? Something to think about as you plan your next 90 days.